Hello. How is everyone this evening? Welcome back to the stream. I have been away for a good while. About, what, a week and a bit? And I'm feeling a bit more refreshed and a bit more ready to actually do stuff. Though not quite ready to do some more work on Coppice. That will be coming this weekend. But I am ready to do some more art stuff and just ease back into streaming. My week off has been, well, yeah, not much of a week off. I essentially decided, you know what, I'm going to do some basic DIY on the Tuesday. Maybe also need to do some on the another day that week just to finish the bits off, and then I'll be done and I can relax the rest of the time. That didn't happen. So what the simple DIY task that I wanted to do was just replace some sealant around my windows. And I thought, oh, that will be simple. That will be simple. It doesn't take that long to seal around some windows, surely, even though I've never, not really done much sealant. It can't be that hard, can it? Viewer, let me tell you. It took a long time. Now, the actual sealant, that was fine. The bit that took a long time was spending several hours cutting away all the old sealant that was naff and horrible. So I learnt a thing, but it doesn't stop there. I managed to seal several windows and it was all going well, and then it's like, okay, now I'll do my office, because the office window is the one that prompted me to do all this in the first place because it was a mess. So I started taking the sealant off, and then I learnt, oh, part of the reason it's a mess, they painted the windowsill. They being the people who built the house. They painted the windowsill. They sealed it. They then repainted the windowsill and then resealed it on top of the old sealant. So pulling the sealant off, pulled the paint off. And then I had to try and paint. So. Ooh. It's working. Oh dear. Working a little too well. Antos, so just thank you for the follow. I don't know why it beeped so many times, but yes, thank you for following. Welcome in. Hope you are doing well this evening. We are just recounting some stories before going into our Blender work. So yes, I ended up having to repaint the window, and it didn't really work. And then I had to repaint the window again, and it didn't work. So then my dad came around and helped me, and we pulled all the sealant off and sanded it down and painted it again, and then painted it again and painted it again. The game, this is actually something I've built myself in Unity. In fact, this little robot here that you see, this is what I am going to be doing some animation on in a little bit. So yes, this is my Animata, which is a little animated robot who I can move around the environment. I mean, the name is just Stream Overlay. That's all it really is. As I say, this is just something I have built. Hello, Kieran's housemate. Hope you are doing well. So yes, I have been doing well, I've been doing this DIY stuff, which is still not finished. So if it sounds a bit echoey, it's because the blinds aren't up in my office. I still need to, ironically, seal around the window, but the paint's still working. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get that done. So yes, I was doing that, but I also got started on various things on the Pilkybot. I finished up rigging the new Pilkybot, and I've started some animation. So why don't we head over to Blender and take a look and see why on earth is all this stuff up, and have a look at how things are. So if we head over here and take a look at my screen, I need to delete some stuff because I have actually been rendering this out. Why is it just named Stream Overlay? It's just named Stream Overlay because that is what it is. It's my Stream Overlay. It's what I use to do all the streaming. There isn't really much of another name for it. Just makes things a bit simpler for me. So yes, we can see we have our animation. Now if I head over to animation and I'm in the action editor, I have, why? Oh dear. No, yeah, that is... Okay, why are these named so weird? That should be wave. Right, so we have some... Oh, the animations haven't broken. It is just the... It's not the animations. It was the naming of the actions. Maybe I just didn't name it in the first place. So if we head over here, we're going to bring this up. So I now have an idle animation, which we have at the moment. It's bouncing up and down, but I thought if I do it in Blender, I can bring it in and then potentially I can just set a speed on this depending on the emotion that I'm using. So that can work. What else do we have? I've actually been using the pose library. I will show that off in a second. I mean, I actually don't need most of the poses because initially what I was going to do was have all the animations start from this state, and then I realized actually I don't need to do that because I could just have an animation follow an animation. So the next animation is the arm slider, and this is actually a bit better if I do this, because you can see I have doors open and then the doors are closing again before it finishes. So it's a very quick, but what I can do is have it animate to this state before I do, where are we? Our wave. So if I go here, So I think that it's not perfect, but I'm hoping India and Doi can potentially give some advice on it. But I mean, it took a while doing things. So you can see, for example, here I just rotate the arm. And then as it comes out, I extend the arm. I rotate the body a bit and then do the wave. And then if you watch the wrist, the wrist shakes a bit, as does the body. And then it comes down. And then the subtlest bit is, if you watch the body, it rotates to one side and back to the other and then back to the center. So if you watch the body right at the end, you see that it just wobbles a bit just to come back to rest. But that is my first real animation in Blender. Like, I've done basic stuff like the arms sliding out and doors opening. I mean, the doors in the spaceship move in and out. But yeah, it is just one of those things where that is literally a case of you're at point A, you go to point B in this amount of time. But something like this is what I consider real animation, because it's not, here's the start keyframe, here's the end keyframe, just interpolate between the two, which is everything that I've done before. This is actual proper keyframing, proper character animation. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it. So what we need to do is work out what other animations we're going to do. Now, I created this list here and I'm going to actually condense it down so we can have a to-do list of animations. So we've got our bounce. That's our idle animation. We've got arms out, and then we can reverse that for arms in. We have a wave. So what else do we want? Well, maybe a look around animation. Spinning the head. Now these are things that potentially I could code, because I mean, I can spin around. I can have the head look around. But I think it would be better having these as things that will just happen. And if I animate them in Blender, I can like really fine tune the animation and then just bring them in and just run them. It saves me having to do all the animation in code effectively. So let's see. Look around, spin head, jump for joy. We have flail, smoke and sparks, go, now that should be a shake. Yes. Scratch head. Let's see. Grasp hands, wipe eyes. Ooh, that one could be hot. Suppose it won't be too hard if I actually use the basics that I've got planned. We have an excited jump. And we need grab item, which that one could be a bit tricky. So we've got all these, and what we can do is show status checkboxes. So we've done bounce, done arms out. Let's get rid of stretch goal, grapple arm. That's a possibility. Let's see. So, I'm trying to think what other things we could have for animation. I think these are fairly good. We've got wave. Bug catcher Pilkey. I mean, that's certainly a possibility. Like Bastion from Overwatch, do you have a video of what you're meaning, Sinister? But yeah, let's have a thing. I think the next one I want to do, if we do these in order of what I'd like to do, I think either scratch head or jump for joy. I mean, oh, it's maybe look around. Yeah, let's just open Photoshop and put an actual face on here. Well, that's a fair point. I wonder if... Do I have... Okay, give me 1 second. Just hide the screen a sec. Yeah, feel free to post, Kieran. Yes, I think look around could work. But yes, so the idea I had, does anyone want to see my get a preview of my Animating challenge submission? Which, I mean, you've already got a preview of it in terms of the actual wave, but this is the actual submission. So for those who don't know, Doig Swift, the original Animata stream, created a challenge, the Animating challenge, where you can submit animation and they will actually give you critique on it and help you improve. And it just so happens that the challenge this time is reference. You need about a 5-second clip or so of reference that you use to animate. So I actually have used reference for this wave. So you can see here up in the corner, there's me, who will be waving in a moment. And this is what I rendered out. This is why I had the camera and the lighting and everything, so that I could actually render this out. So So it's fairly simple, but this is the fully rendered out version with the reference that you can see. It doesn't match up exactly because I've just taken that inspiration of various bits on, but I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out. It also gave me an opportunity to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve to edit a few things together. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so this is what you are meaning. So is this what you're... this against the bugs? I think some sort of... yeah, something for me to zap the bugs could be quite good. Like a ray gun, a bug zapper. Right, let us just export this. If I go to streaming, 3D overlay. In fact, let's just keep out. Plane fade. Alright, let's go to shading and fix this. Yeah. We can go here. Right. How much action? That's wave. So then what is that? That's wave. Oh, have I just duplicated? Oh, make sure that that is... okay, let's get rid of... but before we do anything, let us commit this. Initial dot nation. So I have come to a realization with streaming. So last time I streamed, I started realizing I was getting burnt out. Both with streaming and working on Coppice, which is not an ideal scenario. So what I have realized is that I need more rest. Like, if I kept up the usual schedule, I would have been streaming on Monday, contract work Tuesday, contract work and streaming today, contract work Thursday, contract work Friday, stream Saturday, stream Sunday, stream Monday, contract work Tuesday, contract work Wednesday, contract work Thursday, day off. Stream Saturday, Sunday, back again. And that was my every 2 weeks. Now, I enjoy streaming, it's a lot of fun, but at the same time, you've got to be on. when you're streaming. And I think that was tiring me out, just having one day every 2 weeks where I wasn't doing anything. So I think what I'm going to potentially do is drop the Saturday streams and just stream Sunday, Monday, and then Wednesday evenings. Because that gives me at least one day a week, every week. Now, yes, I'm only streaming for a few hours on the Sunday, but I think dropping the Saturday, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I won't be working. In fact, I'm going to try and still work for several hours on that Saturday afternoon, but I won't have the pressure of streaming, where it's like sometimes I just want to walk away and just lie down for a sec. And it's just one of those things that it's harder to do that when you're streaming. So having that ability will be quite nice when it comes to like having a Saturday where I can just do stuff that I want to do. So I think that would help me just keep things going on. Letting me stream, letting me get because initially we were doing like Saturday and Monday, and I think just being able to do Sunday and Monday probably works a bit better because it's 2 days in a row, and I have the Saturday where I can work, or if I don't want to, I can just have it completely off and recover, and just I think my work will be better, my streams will be better, and I have much lower risk of burning out, because I definitely feel a lot better having that week off from everything. I feel a lot better in terms of coding on contract stuff, a lot better on wanting to stream and everything. So okay, so let's actually, now that is committed, let's delete that. Oh yes, I was going to show the post library that I built up. I mean, it's not amazing because I realized that I probably don't need it for most stuff. But for example, I have are these not actually doing it? Yeah. Pause mode. It's simply because in an animation. Okay, let's, if we go to animation, let's just, so we've got the T-pose, and then you can do arm rest. So I've got arm stood, armed rest. Got the base pose, door closed. I need to select these. Door open, door closed. Oh yeah, so do I need to select all of that? There we go. So I can do door open, door closed, armrest. So if you've never seen this before, I learned about them and they're super cool because, for example, we've got arm stood there and I've got armrest, and you can see that it's doing this here. Well, what if I want to do the other arm coming out? Well, all I need to do is click flip pose and it does the other side. I don't have to actually create that. You only have to create it for half of the body, and you can use flip pose to actually change it around. So, I mean, you could do it for the whole body, I believe. And then if you have like a walk where you're forward in like one leg is forward, you could then flip it again and have another part going forward. And you don't have to do it for the whole armature. This is only can be for just parts of it. So you can combine these. So for example, I can do armrest and door open, or door closed and arm stored, and so on. You can do it where it will just change different bits of the body, and it's surprisingly easy to do. You just go into pose mode. Let's say I wanted to create a pose where the head is up like that. Up down like that. What I can do is do that. I believe I need to select both the bones, and then you create pose asset. I'll create that head down. And then I can go to the base pose. I can go to head down. But it's super easy to do. And I believe these poses may get sent out so you can use something like Unity and Unreal and so on. But yeah, if you've not used them and you want to do some animate, then it's going to be good. Oh yeah, for lip syncing, I believe this is sort of what it is designed for. I mean, if you've ever seen how they do like lips in stop motion, where they will have a bunch of different sculpted mouth shapes where they can go and pick the mouth shape that they want out. So you can create a pose library that has all the different mouth shapes, and then you go to that mouth shape, and then if you need to tweak it from there, you can do. Because I can go to head down, but then tweak that up a bit. So it gives you a bunch of good starting points, and then you can tweak from there if you want to do animation. So yeah, it's really good and really cool. And like I say, really easy. You just need to go to pose mode, the animation thing, set up the pose that you want, and create the pose asset. And then, like I say, if your armature's set up symmetrically and so on, you can use flip pose and it will flip everything around. And it's pretty powerful and pretty simple to use, actually. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a use for that, because besides the arms being in and out, almost everything is going to be completely custom, and I'm only going to be using them once. So yeah, pretty much. I mean, I believe I can't remember which keyboard on the 2 strings. It may actually, I'm wondering if it's Nightmare Before Christmas. There's one where I saw that they had all of these different just faces that they pull in and swap out. Now it's different if it's something like the Leica animations, like Cuba on the 2 strings and so on, because they actually have fully sculpted like armatures that they can replace stuff on. If you're doing something, for example, with say a Wallace and Gromit and Aardman, where they're using plasticine, then they're actually moving things around, like just morphing the plasticine around. So anyway, let's get on with some animation. So let's start with a look around. And I think what I'm going to do certainly does. So if we go to here, just duplicate. I'm going to select everything and select all of that and delete the keyframes. Actually, probably want base pose, don't I? Look around. I don't need the arms out. So I think what I may want is just, I'm gonna sort of look, and look back to the camera. And then I think maybe just a look and look back. So I think we actually want a number of look arounds. So, I mean, we could do sort of look off to the side and look back. Just look side to side. Look down at the floor. Look at the screen. And this one's a bit harder to control. So look at the screen and then look back. And then sort of look towards the door. So yeah, I think looking side to side, looking down, and then a special one for when we're in here, where I go and I'm looking at the screen, and then I look back. Because what I want to do is have the position I'm in now to become almost a special state. It's almost like the presenting state, because I was on Fenrir's stream this morning and I mentioned one thing I could potentially do is use ARKit to do head tracking, where I can see where I'm looking and have the robot actually match that as a potential. But if I add these look around animations, it makes things a bit easier. So yeah, I think if we do these, we'll create a series of them. So this is just going to be look left. And what we want to do here is... Ooh, where do I actually rotate it? I think it's at the bottom. So if I'm going like that, this is rotating the bottom and the top. Nicholas Codes, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well this fine evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is in your time zone. Right. I think I want to... I think it might make more sense if I put Let's change that. Let's go back to base pose. Still morning in California. Well, hope you have a good day ahead of you. I work with quite a few people in California, so I understand it has got quite a bit cooler from the heat wave you were having. So hopefully it's still cooling off for you. Definitely chilling off here in the UK. Right, so what I want to do, I think I'm going to set the final pose and then we will do everything in between, because really for these there are only going to be like effectively there's going to be very few keyframes. So there's going to be sort of one. I mean, there's probably going to be two, because you don't want to go from here to there. You want it to sort of move and then look up, so it's almost like a curve, if that makes sense. So we will do the start and the end, and then it's going to be the opposite way. And then there's going to be sort of a look down and a look down. Maybe a look from side to side, a look from side to side. So let's write these down. So we've got look around. What are we going to have? So our first look around is look left, up, look left, down, look right up, look right down, look side to side, look side to side up, and turn around. So I will tell you something that I finally learnt, and it took me a while to figure it out. I've put constraints on all the bones, and one thing I realized is that, let's say I want to move, like rotate, rotate this. So can you notice here how this is now locked to -50 and it is locked to 95? I didn't realize that you could actually do that. I knew that you could lock the actual values, but I had not realized you had to check this effect transform. Because you see, the difference is if I go here, can you see how the Y and the Z are moving? And if I go to this point, can you see how the X is still increasing? Now, this is a problem for animation, because the animation takes the values that we have in the box here, even if they're beyond. So if I set it there, you'll notice we have all these things here. So if I actually hide that, you see that is the actual rotation that we're at, even though it's limited here. But if we affect the transform, you'll see that it suddenly locks it to there. So if we turn that off, there's now no difference between it being off and on, which I think is fantastic, because it just makes stuff a lot easier. And I don't know why that wasn't enabled by default, because it feels like that's what most people want when they're adding constraints in, but who knows, there must be a reason not to. Right, so what I want to do And to rotate this, it's just realised it has. There we go. Right, let's try again. Nearly an hour in and we haven't actually really done much animation. No, we've been catching up, so it doesn't matter too much. Right, so we want to be in there. And we want like that. Is there a way to change? You put shading, not visibility. Ooh. I didn't realize that you could do I did not realize that you could have it overlay the wireframe. Do that and then set the opacity. Oh, that is cool. I never realized you could do that. That is actually quite useful. Yeah, I'm looking. I want to change the camera. Oh, you... Why? Why are you resetting to that? Let's select all that. Animation, base pose. Let's just ensure that location and rotation are there. For that, we want our base to be 0. Okay. We can end this at, let's say, 30. Just for now. Just so that it will loop over. But let's end it at probably 60. Because what we'll probably do is select both of those and location rotation, and then go back to here. Our animation can be the base pose. The upper neck is not part of that base pose for some reason. So if we go here. So how has everyone's day been, or how is it going? Are you up to much today? Have you been up to much? That needs to shift to there. So I'm going to look up and I'm going to look down. Now I think we can probably shift that like there. Yeah, so as a very rough first pass, I'm happy with that. So what we want to do is they was busy staying up late to relax a little, which may be counterintuitive. You need to wind down sometimes. Alright, so I'm going to select just the lower neck, and we're going to add a rotation and location. But what I'm going to... actually no, not the lower neck that I want. Delete that. It's the upper neck that I want to... Location and rotation. I want that to be 90. So we're going to go like that, and then oh, we didn't move these. So they want to move to there. They want to move to there. I think we could probably move that forward a frame. But yeah, I mean, staying up late just to like wind down and let your brain relax helps a lot. Okay, so you can see the difference here. See how this is sort of going like sort of along and up, whereas this is sort of going down at the same rate. So what we want to do, so that is 8, 15, so that's 7. We want to be around 42. And here we're going to set that to 90. I think that looks fairly good. I think I would extend the look a bit. Oh. I assume I am okay sharing this on stream, Sinister. Battle mode Pilkey bot. I wonder if we'll find some of these in storage down when we get access to the base of the ship. Some security bots. That is a pretty cool design. How long is that taking you to actually draw up? Because that would take me a while to do. I mean, I can see how it can be done. It's just I'm still super slow. Yeah, I think I'm going to... They're on 24 frames. So... What are we on? 24, 48, 72. Yeah, if we try 72 for now. That's 15. So what I want to do is select that, and that, and shift them out. Since we mentioned the concept, So basically, it's taking you less time to do that than it's taken me to do this simple animation. Right. Now, what I'm thinking is... if I select all these... Let's... no. I want it to be there. So, Kieran, since that, have you actually done animation in Blender before? Because I've been learning a few tips and tricks that are very good to know. But I'll just share them anyway for anyone else who's watching. So, what you can do... you can select either individual things here or the entire thing, and it will generally only show only the bones that you have selected. But you can do all your standard things. So you can use G to grab and move around, but you can also use S to scale. And one important thing is it scales around where the actual what do you call it, the current playhead is. So if I want to scale this down but keep this point here, if I move the playhead to there and scale, it scales down to there. So I can actually do that to speed the look back animation up, which I think looks better. It's just a sort of a straight look up, but then it's sort of spring loading back to the basic position, which if I look up, I can do that. And then when I release the control, it looks a bit more like what my controller actually does. Now, if we want to keep the animation the same length, what we can do is then select these, move that to around 62. Okay, so we have look left. Now, something that I have realized in all of my naming of everything here, I am naming things from the position of the camera, not from the view, like from the view of the Pokebot. So, for example, this is the left side. These are all named left, like left shoulder, left elbow, and so on, and these are the rights. But you'll notice when I waved with this. Why? Because I'm right-handed. So everything named left, it's all mirrored. Everything named left on the robot in terms of animation stuff is all technically the robot's right side, because it's just easier to think of looking at the camera. Like, it's basically screen left and screen right rather than robot left, robot right. And it's just one of those things where it's just how my brain seems to be working with this. So okay, so we have all this. Now what I am going to do, first off, is save. That is one thing. I almost lost that wave animation when I was rendering it, because I went and did the the render animation and set it rendering, and then I accidentally clicked on the render engine pop-up, and that caused Blender to beach ball. And I was like, oh dear, when did I last save? And I checked, when did I last save? The previous evening, where I had the basic wave animation, but none of the body movement, none of the refinements on like moving the wrist or the arm pistoning out and so on. Thankfully it stopped and I was able to save, so. Oh no, even now I wasn't meaning in terms of finding tips and stuff. I've found some decent tips. It was just whether like sharing tips myself. The main one I was doing was that, as with everything in Blender, you can use S to scale and G to move, but you're basically what your 3D cursor is in the main editor, your playhead goes here. So if I scale here, you can see it's scaling from 53, and these ones here are not moving. But if I move the playhead to 20, you see that it's scaling from frame 20. That's a little tip I learned. The other thing is the record button down here. When you click that, it means it will actually record anything that you move up here. The other thing that I learned is it's best to click this fake user thing. I have no idea why. I think it's because it won't be saved if nothing is actually using the action and you want it to do that. So yeah, I mean, when you're doing the animation, you have your dope sheet, which is doing all your animation stuff here, but the action editor is really what you want, because it lets you create these actions and rename them and everything, so that these will actually show up inside of something such as Unity. So we have look left. Don't do that. Leave that as look left. Let's create another one called look right. And what we're going to do here, Can I over 0 value? Okay, so we want to actually do upper neck, lower neck. So we actually want to select, don't care about the X, we care about the rotation. So we want to select that, and that, that, and oh no, that's not going to work, is it? 'Cause it's going to mirror them all. What are we actually changing on lower neck? The Y. So if I Y angular rotation, like that and that. There we go. Yeah, because we only need to mirror that because it's still looking up, isn't it? So we just mirror one thing across the 0 value, and we have look right. Look left. Look right. Arms out. Wave. I think this is coming together quite well. So I am just going to take a very quick bathroom break. And when we get back, we'll do the rest of our looking around stuff. And then depending on time, we may see if we can start getting some of these into the overlay. Because I already had the bounce in the overlay. Or idle animation here. So our simple move up and down is actually in the overlay already. So I can show how I did that once we get these look animations done. So I will see you all in a few minutes. I'll run an ad during the break just to get rid of those annoying pre-roll ads. So feel free to go away, have your own bathroom break, get a fresh drink, and just ignore the ads for now. Okay, I am back. So I'm actually getting to test out a new toy at the moment. Like properly test it out. I've been wanting a new light for my office because I've got ceiling lights, but in the evening I've wanted a new light because I've had a light on my desk that angle poise. Not sure it is. It's basically on an arm and it's got an LED light in and it shines down on my desk. The problem is it takes up a lot of desk space. It takes up a full plug socket on the desk and it is not ideal. Like, it's not shining. You can't control the light beyond turning it on and off. The light is flaky and there are various other issues with it. So what I've been wanting and what I've seen a lot of people have is monitor lights. Lights that you stick on top of a monitor and it actually shines down onto your desk. And I have actually ended up buying one. And I'm using it now. It is the BenQ Screen Bar Plus, which is probably the more expensive one. I mean, it's over £100 for an LED, but it's got a rather nice control panel on it. Like, it just plugs into the USB power on my monitor, and I've got a control where I can just tap to turn it on and off. It's got ambient light sensing. I can tweak the color all the way, like basically tweak the white point from very warm to very white and blue. It's pretty much fully dimmable. So it's pretty fantastic so far. And the key thing is the way it shines is that you think sticking the light on your monitor is going to shine on the screen. But the way it's set up is that it shines down, and I can stick my hand on the screen and I'm barely getting any of the light on it. So it's not really affecting the screen, but it's really lighting up my desk, which is pretty fantastic. So yeah, I've been playing with that today, and I hadn't really needed one before now, at least this year. I mean, it's part of my like ever changing like desk improvements, workspace setup improvements that hopefully will finish at some point. I think the next thing I need to get, hopefully the last thing I need to get, is a stand for just to stick my headphones on so they're not just stuck on the desk when I'm not using them. But yeah, it's something that's quite nice and seems to be like it will be a good purchase. So right, so next thing is we have our look left, don't we? Oh, Kieran, I found quite a nice one. Quite a nice headset stand. Let me it's really nice and not expensive. Vantry, that was it. Right. So I found, here we are. £27 for a nice wood and metal one where you get a sort of a tray underneath where you can either have the cable in there, or I'm just imagining like throwing stuff like bits and pieces of like coins and stuff, like loose change and stuff. Like, I mean, they're showing stuff going there because everything in my office is generally either a wood, sort of a wood texture. I've got like a light oak set of stuff behind me, and on the floor, and it's more of a beech top on my desk, which is, I think, more particle board. It's not solid wood, but then everything else is either white on the wall, black, silver. It's sort of like a lot of neutrals and then green. So like silver and wood stuff would actually go very well. So, oh yeah, I think I have a rather wonderful a desk tide. In fact, I wonder if I can find an image online. It's from when I was doing contract work with Evernote. And they actually had a full range of like wooden accessories and so on, which are quite nice. And they sent me one of these. Let's see if I can get a better. Here we are. They sent me one of these, and this is the desk tidy that's on my desk. And it's, in a way, I understand why they stopped selling them, but in another way, it's a shame that they did stop selling them because it is such a high quality product. You have like a nice wood accent on the bottom, and it's high quality plastic on the top. But they had all sorts of different ones that they made, but they basically sent it me as like a free gift for working with them. I mean, I got like t-shirts most of the time, but the t-shirts I mostly wear, but the desk tidy I've used ever since I got it, and I love it. So I'm very much someone who likes things that have tasteful wooden accents on them. So I'm probably going to look at this for sitting on my desk so that I just have a tray to dump stuff in and something just to stick my headphones on when I'm not using them. So yeah, hopefully. And honestly, for this £27, I think it's a bit cheaper on Amazon as well. It's a fairly good price. Because it's meant to be hardwood, I believe. So it's not like it's just MDF, a particle board or something. It's actual solid wood. So I'd say that's not a bad price. So yeah, that will hopefully be the last thing that I need to do in the office besides stuff on the walls, but that's stuff that will happen over time. So right, let us. We've got to look left, we've got to look right. Now we're going to look left down. So we're going to do that. We're going to select I'm going to select these, and we're going to delete them. Now we don't want to look quite as far, I don't think. Because look left is like looking like that, but look down, we're not looking quite as far. And the other thing with doing the animation in Blender is that I can go beyond what I can actually do. Like I cannot go, if you see, I go around in a circle. So this is sort of how my controller can work. I can go much further down if I do an actual animation. So what we want to do is with this, I think, let's bring this back to, let's say 35. Let's set that to minus 35. Okay. So how? I think a similar thing where we want to go down and then sort of sweep around. Go to the side and up. So it's not up and to the side, it's the side and up. And I think here we want to go down. Rather than to the side and down, we want to go down and sweep. So actually we probably want to, yeah, let's set the position on. Where am I? I want my gizmo so that I can see. I want to rotate. Oh, no, excellent. Down, let's say to so that's going linearly. So what we want to do probably around here, want to add keyframe. Let's set that back to 0. This is a bit harder. I think what we probably want to do with this, it's almost two separate curves. I wonder, I delete the keyframes because these are going to be going linearly there. Can I toggle the graph editor? Don't care about those. Don't care about those. Don't care about those. If I do here, we got minus 35. a Y. How do you? That is. Alright, so we go here. Don't care about any of the scales. Looks like we want just X position. Yep, so if we select these and see curves here. So what I think we want is the down bit to be fast and then slow down a lot more. And this, add that. That. How does this work? For the left handle, aha, so I want here the right handle to be free. There we go. Nope, that is not what I want. Okay, now I have it. Okay, so hey, Benevolent Knight, how are you doing this evening? think I need to go back into top sheet because somewhere yep, the lower neck scale. That should not be doing that. Why is it doing? You're grand. I am good. Thank you very much. Just trying to work out why on earth this is now scaling. Okay, and the location should also not be changing. I don't know why that has decided to start changing. X. And Z locations. Delete those. Okay, the curves on that are wrong. Let's select that. Oh, that's what we want to do. I can do that and then just do that. Okay, so let's shift those in. Something seems off about it. In the middle. It finishes off okay. Maybe. This does need to come back a bit. That looks better. Okay. So I think what we're going to do here is this one. We're going to look down. I think the look down one, we're not going to have separate look down. We're going to have a look down and then sort of sweep around and then come back up. So this is going to be a bit of a longer one. So if we go back here, in fact, let's extend that. Let's 50 now. If we select that and that, about look there, and then we're going to sweep around. Minus 35, and then that's changing to 0. We're going to change that to, let's say, 32, just so it's not. What I want to do is change the viewport camera. You can change colour of the viewport display. I don't know, Sinister Kieran, if you have an idea on how potentially to tweak the viewport camera. It's more the field of view that I'm wanting to adjust. I don't have an actual camera in here, but it's of this actual viewport. But you, like, I've got the perspective. I just want to tweak the perspective down. Well, I mean, if I suppose if I stick in the middle, it doesn't matter too much then. Oof, that is way too fast. Oh no, I can get into perspective mode fairly easy. I'm basically wanting something where I can, it's just got a bit less perspective on it, if that makes sense. So I can switch to the orthographic views fairly easy. I use those a lot. What I'm basically wanting is to change the field of view on this without a camera. And I'm assuming that's probably not possible, because usually you would have a camera and you could do it that way. Well, there's no real need for it. It's more so I can stick it down there as in the similar place to the Pokebot on my screen in the overlay. But I'm fine with it being here. Right, so we want 72 probably want to go. So that's what, 15 to 53. Let's change those to there. Change that to there. It takes 20 frames, sweep across. And let's make that 15 frames to sweep across. That's a bit better. That's what? 10, 20, 35. So if we do 10, 20, 35 gets us to there. Those. And if we say about 12 seconds, we can go back to our base pose at the 0. Yeah, I think a linear snap there works okay. Up in, view, focal length. Aha. Whoa. Holy flickering UI, Batman. I can actually increase the focal length, which actually makes this look. Oh, for crying out loud. That looks a lot closer to the focal length I have. Thanks for that, Karen. That is most helpful. So let's watch this one all the way through. Look down, look to the right, and then come back up. And it's more of a sweep down, but a straight back up, which I think works fairly well. I'm actually tempted. I mean, the snap back up definitely could be a bit faster. But I'm tempted to like look to the left, look to the right, look back to the left, and then come back up. So first off, let's select these bones. And bring that in. Yep. And then what I'm going to do, like this, and I'm probably going to bring that down to there. Where do we have a scale on those? Okay, so probably be about there. Copy that about there, and probably about there. So those transitions could be faster. That's probably just a bit too fast. Let's try 12. I think that looks okay. I'll just rename that to down and we will save that. Now, one thing I'm wondering here is whether you can have multiple animations running at the same time in Blender. Not in Blender, in Unity. Unity, run multiple animations. Yeah, it seems to have animation layers where you can do an override and additive. So the reason I'm asking is that what I probably want to do here for all these idle animations that I'm going to do is have the body like bouncing up and down like the idle animation. But if I can mix them together, then essentially I can have the idle animation where it's bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and so on, and that just keeps going. And then I can add these other layers on top because they're not going to control what goes on underneath. Okay. So we're looking around, looking back up. I'm not sure if it's a question for Kawa, because I think Kawa does. I'm not sure if she does like Unity and Unreal stuff. I mean, she may do. She may know, like, create the animations that could be brought into the games. But yeah, it seems to be possible in Unity, so I thought it must be, because you want to combine certain bits of animation. Okay. Well, look left up, look left down. Well, look down. We've not got. So look left, look right, look down. Maybe just a simple look up. Like, look straight up. That, save, go here and just look up. And then what we can do is select all of these, and we're going to delete those keyframes, and then we're just going to have a very simple look up, wait, location, station, and then back to 90. Let's. Okay. Oh, we want separate. Okay. So we have these done. So I think what I will do is, as we're getting towards the end of the stream, I'll quickly show you how I have the idle set up in Unity. So if we just get to the stream overlay, we'll see how this is all built. So skip that. Right, so we have the Pokebot here, and we have idle animation there. So what I want to do is make sure if I go to here, yeah. But that should be importing. Import Blender actions. Unity. Importing. Over clips. What happens if I do and call wave? It's still using the same thing. that being... Why is idle exported, but wave is not? Or any of the others are not. Interesting. Let's try doing that. Why? Just getting the idle animation. Where have all the animations gone? Not porting. Anything in here? Where is the asset browser? They're not like... What is causing that to be exported but none of the others? Yes, Heartbound Benevolent Light. Yep. I use a few tracks from the Heartbound soundtrack. Actually, that's not bad. Something actually not better expand after highlighting the effects as clips. That's a 5. Okay. If I feeling find it. Let's just commit. Add. Delete that. Then relaunch. Stream overlay and see what we come up with. No, it's importing the idle, but it's not importing the others. Still don't understand why it should be doing. Not importing animation from .blend file. Nope, that's not finding anything. Yeah, I think I may need to just end the stream and find some better. Not supposed to say anything. Oh yeah, was it? Yeah, that's causing that. Failed. None is loud. Pretty sure that was something in here, wasn't it? Text creation failed. None not spotted for. Fail. Opaque texture in URP asset. Enable opaque texture setting. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. These errors. Okay, so the errors are fixed. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a look some other time, see what on earth is going on here. So I think we're going to end the stream there and pick up again this Sunday. There's not going to be any more Saturday streams, at least for the foreseeable future, because I need time off to relax from work. So I'm taking the extra day off. So I may look into this on Saturday and see if I can get it figured out. But yeah, we will pick up again on Sunday, where we will be doing some more work on Coppice, hopefully getting the next version closer to release, because I want to get that out before the end of this month, well, early October at the latest, so that I can work on some other stuff for Coppice. I've also, and I'm not going to tell you more about it now, it's still just gestating in my mind, I've had an idea for another app, because Streamline isn't really going anywhere. I've sort of lost the desire to work on that and the need for that, but there is another app idea that I've sort of had in my head for a while, and I may finally look into it, but I'm trying not to do too much because Coppice is my main focus for app stuff now. But yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whatever it is in your time zone, and a wonderful rest of your week. And until we meet again, hopefully on Sunday, as always, happy coding.